invaders. Welcome to Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, the only lesbian-hosted podcast about Modao Z. I'm Roy, also known as the world's first rigor mortis success story.
Wow. Absolutely. And I'm Fallon, aka Freestyle Necromancy.
God. Hey.
He was taking it balls to the wall.
Taking it balls to the wall. You know what? I gotta tell you, I'm about to take it balls to the wall.
Okay.
Because tomorrow, this episode 71 of Podcasting is Forbidden in the Podcasting.
Yeah.
Is set to come out on a very special day.
Yep. Uh-huh. Oh, God. Continue with it, but I have a story about it.
So, you may or may not know that this episode is coming out on the 13th of April, also known as the Homestuck Day.
It's Funny Homestuck Day to me.
It's a Funny Homestuck Day. Why is Funny Homestuck Day exactly a week to the day before Funny Weed Day?
You want to hear about Funny Weed Day? I'm getting my second dose of vaccination on Funny Weed Day.
Fuck yes.
And I broke the news to my managers today.
Mm-hmm.
And my store manager specifically joked about it for like an hour straight. She was like, sure you're getting your vaccination on 420.
Oh my God.
I'm like, listen.
You don't gotta rip me so hard.
That ain't my shit.
Pun intended.
On the clock, ma'am.
Jesus.
I don't want no hateration in here.
Rude ass.
The holleration, I heard that hiss.
Sorry, the...
No hateration.
Episode required cat yelling quota. At least we filled that.
Yeah, pretty early. So I was at work yesterday, and me and my coworker were talking heavy about zodiac signs.
Oh God.
And I was like, you want to hear something bad? She was like, yeah. I was like, have you ever read Homestuck?
Oh God.
And she just looked at me. With this dead, horrible stare. I was like, I know. That's the only way I remember the order of the zodiac signs. I wish it wasn't true.
Oh.
Genuinely, I wish it wasn't true, but it's true.
It's the genius's way, kind of doing it. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's really true. I mean...
Sad but true.
I just, like, if I'm gonna be less embarrassing about it, I'll just, like, I associate it with specific colors.
And I'm not going to mention what colors they are.
It's the colors of the rainbow. Kinda.
If you turn the saturation down a little bit.
Make it like the color of, like, what blood would be.
Yeah, theoretically, if we lived in a society.
I also organize it by, like, theoretical hierarchy. Doesn't really make any sense.
It's a class system. It's normal.
A class system. It makes more sense in my head.
Yeah.
I don't need to explain it any further to you.
I like to pretend that it's a society and we live in it.
It's a society that we live in, as it turns out.
So, I had a few things in mind for this, because, like, I remembered the other day that, this one's coming out on the Homestuck Day, it would be funny if we did something.
Uh-huh.
And I went through a few ideas in my head of things we could do. I thought about maybe we could just once and for all do an entire, the whole Homestuck AU and just get that out of the way once and for all. And anytime somebody sends us a question like, hey, what are their class specs? We would just point at episode 71 for all of their needs. And, but then I was like, you know what? That's an awful lot of work. That's going to take a very long time.
A lot of research as well.
Yeah.
It would take, honestly, an entire episode to do.
Maybe that'll be a Patreon bonus thing.
Oh my God!
Can you imagine?
If enough patrons are interested in that, maybe, is there a poll option on Patreon?
There is a poll option on Patreon.
We'll do a poll on Patreon.
Oh my God.
Once we get the rest of our bonus episodes caught up, it's been a long and shitty several months.
We will ask you.
I think that would be some fun Patreon content to do.
But, so instead of anything that complicated, I thought of doing something just kind of a little bit on the more simple side. And you can't see this from where you're sitting, but what I have, I guess I can turn this around for a second just to show you. What I have here is I've opened up Microsoft PowerPoint. Good program. And I've made myself a little Venn diagram.
Okay.
That I think we could work with and just kind of brainstorm.
Okay. All right. The Venn diagram's title is MDZS versus Homestuck.
Yeah. I'm sure we will find similarities and differences, because all media, when you think about it, is exactly the same. There's zero difference between media properties.
Okay, let's think about how they're similar. I think the hierarchy in the class system plays something of a role.
Yeah, it's definitely hierarchical.
Hierarchical
Themes.
The themes based around the effects that has on people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's...
everything is color-coded.
Centered around someone basically becoming a god. Wei Wuxian literally brought someone back to sapient life in this episode. In this chapter.
In this chapisode, yeah.
Chapisode.
Here's how I'll word it. Someone becomes...
Resurrection is a big common theme.
Someone becomes unto a god, like unto a god. Resurrection happens.
Yes.
Very complicated relationships.
Predecessors and siblings who look way too similar to each other.
Predecessors and ancestors, or no, that's the same thing. Predecessors and descendants.
Who look too similar.
Yeah, who look to damn... I'm keeping all of my typos in, and I'm just going to post a screen cap of this along with.
How much more room do we have?
Not a lot, but the font changes size to.
Okay, I love it.
Accommodate.
What are some other good similarities?
Vriska's in both.
Yes, Vriska is in every piece of media.
Yeah.
Vriska is destroying in this instance, I guess.
No, Shreyong is Gamzee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
he is though.
You know, yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think of who Vriska is. Who has
everybody else is Vriska.
Who has too many irons in their fire?
Weighing
Vriska.
Scorpio
is the problem.
That's the thing.
Weighing Vriska.
Remember the twin Vriskas? We've been over this.
Wow.
Everything comes back to Vriska.
Wuxian Circuit.
Oh
wait. It works!
I know, I hate it.
Whoa!
Dude, there are so many names that are troll names. Wuxian, Wanyin, Wangji.
Listen. Okay, who? He's a blue blood like Vriska.
Yeah.
But he, obviously the Zhongs are aquatic trolls.
Wait, no, because
he's a servant for the aquatic trolls.
But if he's a servant, that would make him a lot lower.
No, I mean, maybe he's indebted to them somehow.
Perhaps.
Not a servant, per se.
I mean, because he's the son of a servant, and everybody likes to make a big deal out of that.
Yeah, son of servant. He's still Vriska.
He is Vriska.
That's absolutely accurate.
Oh, there are cool, fun weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I know that much. There's dismemberment deaths, I know that.
Yes.
Somebody kisses a severed head.
Mm-hmm.
Severed head action?
Is there coffin time in Homestuck? I don't think so.
Well, we're gonna have to, like, what's the sentiment and use of a coffin is the question. I'm gonna Google, I hate that I have to Google this, but I have to Google Homestuck deaths list.
Yeah, true.
Oh my god. Okay, let's see here. Homestuck is a webcomic about 4 teenagers who accidentally, parentheses, debatable, destroy Earth.
Wow.
Now, I'm not interested in these things. I want the actual characters. Doomed Dave Strider.
Doomed? Hey. What if Wei Wuxian Dave Strider him
what?
be?
What if Wei Wuxian Dave Strider him
Wei
be?
Wuxian kind of be sort of a Dave Strider one.
Is he kind of a Dave Strider one?
Enough that I'm comfortable saying it.
I feel
He's
like
more of a Vriska one.
He's very much a Vriska one.
I'm trying to think of who's enough of a piece of shit to be like a Dirk Strider one, but not enough of a piece of shit to be more hateable than less lovable, I should say, than Dirk Strider. Because Dirk Strider that's a boy.
I just had a hideous revelation.
Now is the time to speak it.
Zhangcheng is Eridan. That made you hit your your limb on the desk.
I'm upset about that, actually.
It's the worst thing I've ever thought of, but it's correct.
Oh, no. Woe is me.
Woe is me. Wan Yin.
He's definitely not as much of a simpering coward as Eridan.
True. True. He's perhaps Eridan with a different... Oh, no.
Oh, no, because Karkat is like... I was about to get up real close to the mic and just go, Karkat Phantom. Oh, God, I'm having flashbacks. Oh!
Sorry to all of the listeners who know nothing about Homestuck. But I've had so many people. We've had many Homestuck questions.
My life is flashing before my eyes.
Oof.
Oh God, because he has sort of a Karky kind of attitude.
Karky.
Angie one.
Angie. Killed by John's shitty horse landing on her.
Oh my God. John's shitty horse. Fuck, I'm filtering through.
Yeah. Like, we could sit here all day and map Modal characters onto...
When he's a little crazy later on, kind of a Terezi one. I like it.
Could see that. Here's the thing. Here's the main thing to me, and this is why everybody, and this is the lesson that I've learned just kind of from media in general.
Yeah.
And we joked about this a little bit, but we need to bring it back to this because everything, like I said, comes back to this. Everybody in Modao is a little bit Vriska.
That's really true. Vriskas is in everything.
The worldwide Vriska.
The worldwide Vriska. WWV.
WWVD.
Oh God. All right.
Mitochondrial Vriska.
Let's answer the important questions. Who is Jiggy?
See, that's the thing. There's a lot of Vriska and Jiggy.
Jiggy is Vriska.
Jiggy?
I could also...
Now we started this by asking about coffin stuff, and now to go back to the sentiment and use of coffin, basically what that amounts to is two people who are just, like, locked together forever in death. And what we need to do is see if there's any of that in Homestuck, which I feel like there is, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
Caliborn and Calliope, I guess.
Christ. Yeah. How should I, I'll just put Spirit of Coffin Death. No.
What?
No, you know what it is? You know what that is? It's just Kismisitude.
Oh, yeah, you right.
Yeah.
Sorry
about it.
Sorry about it. That's true.
Now, there are some key differences. Modao has fewer colors.
Many fewer colors.
Yeah. It's got, I think, significantly more Taoism than Homestuck.
Yeah.
I don't remember there being that much in Homestuck.
Definitely based more in... Definitely more Taoist based.
Definitely based more.
The other one is definitely more... Homestuck is more logged on.
Definitely more online.
Definitely more online.
Now, that just made me think of something, is that one thing that they have in common is that they were both published online.
Yeah.
And that's a genuine, not joke thing, so published online. Got that. Hi, kitty. We have... Now, Homestuck has trolls.
Yes.
Literal, actual trolls. Modao does have trolls, but it only has one troll, and his name is Wei Wuxian, and he's not He does not have gray skin and horns.
Modo has demons instead.
Modo has demons.
And zombies.
Homestuck, yeah.
Zombies.
Well, Homestuck kind of has zombies. It has ghosts.
Yeah.
Zombie ghosts leave this place.
Zombie ghosts leave this place.
But the main thing is, of all of the things that Homestuck doesn't have, it does not have demons. So, we can say that confidently, I believe.
Yeah. Yep, you're definitely right.
The concept of Homestuck is a fucking demon, but Homestuck, of all of the elements of Homestuck, demons is not one of them. They, you know what? They both have some fun gadgets and gadgets and gizmos.
Fun
gizmos. Yeah, gizmos.
Modo is never mind.
Okay.
Because I was gonna say Modo was explicitly gay. But then I remembered all of the gay relationships in Homestuck and how bad they all were. Except for Dave Cat.
I am putting explicitly gay because regardless of the portrayal of them, it's there.
That's true. That should be in the Sennel.
Yeah.
The Sennel?
The Sentinel.
The Sendel.
Oh shit, you just said something and it made me think of something and I don't remember what it was.
Take a second.
I warned you about stairs. They both have that.
Oh my god!
Famously.
Gosh, what do they have that's fundamentally different?
Fundamentally different.
It's Homestuck's about a bunch of teenagers. Well, Modo is half about a bunch of teenagers.
Modo is also...
Wow, as it turns out, Modo and Homestuck is the same.
They're basically the same.
They're the same property.
It's essentially the exact same thing. Oh, well, no, okay. Homestuck is divided into acts.
Okay, yes.
Whereas Modo is divided into arcs.
Yeah.
So those aren't precisely the same, but the words are very similar, and I almost said that they were both divided into one of those, but I don't remember which one was gonna come out of my mouth.
You know.
One key difference, and I think this one makes this one's very important to me personally. Modo has Lan Wangji.
Yes.
He's not in Homestuck.
Yeah.
So that's where Homestuck fundamentally to me falls apart. And that's what makes it the weaker property in my onion.
You're so right.
When am I not?
Lan Wangji is Dave Strider.
Wangji is a valid troll name. Half of a troll name.
Yeah?
Wangji Bichen.
Wangji Bichen.
Stupid.
he's a Dave Strider one.
But I was thinking of him when because I was kind of brainstorming, hey, what are some of their class specs earlier? And I kept going back to Wangji being a time boy.
Oh, I love that.
Right?
He would love that, too.
It'd be pretty...
Holy shit.
Oh.
I would love to... Oh, man. I would love to do a deep dive and take, like, a class spec quiz as the characters.
I almost thought about doing that, but I said, you know what, we've done quizzes 2 episodes in a row. Maybe we can do that for our Patreon thing. Go back to that, see if... Would you, the listeners, all of you who are here... not just for the Modo stuff, but for us to talk about funny Homestuck. Be us taking some Homestuck class spec quizzes. In preparation for this, I took some last night for just myself. Yeah. Just to kind of scout out some quizzes. They were very long. That was the other problem.
Yeah, I mean, of course. It's a very involved thing.
Oh, yeah.
People were pretty thorough with it.
Pretty into it.
Pretty thorough with it.
I did do the extended Zodiac one. That one was pretty fun. But, I found out I'm a life aspect player, and I'm an olive sign. I'm the sign of the polisher. I don't know how to pronounce the word they made up for it.
What? Let me see.
It's,
Leshy.
Leshy?
Like Joe Pesci.
Like Joe Pesci.
Leshy.
Exactly like Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci, it looks like a Leo and Scorpio.
That would make sense.
Virgo sign kind of just...
I mean, Scorpio is my moon sign, so that would make sense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, precisely like Italian-American actor Joseph Pesci.
Yeah. Sometimes it be like that, though. I'm sorry to say it.
Another thing they have in common is that the fandoms are both horrible.
Oh, absolutely.
I say this with all due respect, both of us having been in the
Both fandoms are horrible and full of entitled teens. No offense to you if you're 18 or 19.
Homestuck...
And not entitled. Do your thing.
Homestuck is not explicitly for adults, though.
Not explicitly for adults.
Not explicitly for adults. Not, and I'm putting that, not explicity. Whereas Modao is for the grown-ups only. This is at the point where I literally...
No room, huh?
Well, no, I have room, but the list of things they have in common, the font has adapted to be so small that I genuinely cannot read a single word of it.
Shave it down.
I don't think we need to shave it down. I think I just need to... Okay, there we go. I just needed to make it a little bit bigger.
Make the Venn diagram bigger?
I just needed to make the font bigger. Manually. It's ugly, but it's visible now at least.
Ooh. Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. It's good. Nobody makes Cantown in Modao. No! Wei Wuxian fucking around and yelling burial mounds and making shit houses is definitely Cantown. Bloodtown. Bloodtown. I think, we did the math, continuing the lyrics of Schism Tool, but we did the brain math and we have discovered that Modao and Homestuck are exactly the same thing.
My thing with it is that they're exactly the same thing.
You hate to see it.
It's true, it's a little bit unfortunate, but it's also kind of funny.
It is very funny. I am laughing hard about it.
You can't fucking say that. You're on an audio medium. No one can... everyone can hear you going... I am laughing very hard about it.
That's what Wonky would say.
That's true.
I am laughing.
I'm laughing on the inside.
I am laughing. I am laughing. So I'm gonna save
that's
this.
That's what Ning.
Yeah!
Because he can't.
He can't. Can
you imagine him trying, just going, huh, 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 huh. That's unfortunate sounding, if I'm going to be honest.
I would hate for that to be me. You're not going to catch that being me. Sorry, it's cringe.
No, couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it.
Whoops-a-doodle.
All right, so that's the majority of our little Homestuck celebration.
Little Homestuck adventure. Happy Homestuck Day to all of you who celebrate.
Happy Homestuck Day to our celebrators.
God. I closed my document to bring up my Homestuck document because I had one. I had one all made up in case we did the big thing. I had, little summaries of all of the classes and aspects written up. I was going to propose that the cast of the Yi City arc are the kids.
Oh my god.
Whereas everybody else is a troll. I had a bunch of shit written out, and then I said, fuck this. I'm too old for this. And then I did this whole bit. Let me get my actual thing back up. Jesus, McCreezus. But,
hold on. Thinking about, it's 2 boys and 2 girls, but I was thinking about the juniors plus Aching.
Oh my god. What about Yang Xishin? He's there, it's 4 of them.
I know, it's 4 boys though.
Yeah.
I wanted to include a girl.
Trans girls.
I know, okay. That's true. That's really true. Xishin, definitely a trans girl.
Definitely. We know this.
Jingy would be cute.
That would be cute. That would be cute. I feel like Jin Liang could be cute.
Jin Liang could be cute. Though I feel it's a little cheap because everybody calls him Young Mistress.
Yeah. I did read a fic once where he actually, the reason he was kind of upset about that was because...
It made him have gender thoughts?
Yeah, and then he kind of embraced it, and it was good and cute. I liked it.
That's great! I like that. That's kind of taking it back.
Yeah, I love that for her.
Yeah, you know what? I'm proud of her.
I'm proud of her. But... You know what? Fuck it. All 4 of them. Who cares?
They're all girls.
All girls.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. 4 girls.
The coward's way is to do a gender swap.
Not this bitch.
The hero's way.
The hero's way
is to make them all trans. It's technically a gender swap, but you're not being weird about genitals and
Boobie.
the shit on your chest.
Bob? Roberts?
You just slap a vagina and a bow on something and call it a girl, folks. It's 2021.
Well, she has a bow on her head. That's the difference.
That means she's a girl.
Yeah.
Instead of a boy.
There's Pac-Man rules. Pac-Man's law.
Weird shit. On some weird shit.
On some weird shit, but
okay.
this is a podcast about trans canons, but this is not. This is mostly a podcast about Moto. Why don't we get into this chapter?
Sure.
We're gonna read chapter 75, which is Distance Part 2, second and final part of the Distance arc, little baby arc.
Yeah, baby arc, pretty long chapter.
Pretty long chapter.
Pretty thonky chapter. I'm gonna say it was a good one.
A good one.
It was a really good one.
Pretty long, pretty thonky chapter, but also kind of an easy to summarize chapter.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things happen, but they're just easy to sum up. So chapter 75, Distance Part 2, let's do this summary.
Yeah.
So Wei Wuxian and Wang Yi and Ayan get back to the Burial Mound and find out that what had happened was Wen Ning went berserk out of nowhere. It takes several pages of huge effort on the parts of Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji and Wen Qing, but eventually they subdue him, and he even comes around to start talking a little and recognizing people, but he has to be told he's a zombie, which sucks.
Yeah.
Hate that. All the Wens have a big family moment, so Wei Wuxian shows Lan Wangji around his shitty bachelor pad, and he bees insistent that he's got everything under control. Then Wang Yi has to leave, and Ayan doesn't want him to, but he does, and then Wei Wuxian and all the Wens have a big, huge family dinner. We get a bit of news about, news of when the alive zombie Ning getting to the larger cultivation world, who immediately recognize that he's a WMD. But Wei Wuxian is just using him for cheap day labor. There are some people who want to join the sect that they think Wei Wuxian is forming, but he's like, no, go home, I'm not doing anything up here. Some days later, he's down in Yiling, city, and he has a secret meetup with Jiang Cheng and Jiang Yanli. And Jiang Yanli shows Wei Wuxian her wedding outfit because he can't come to the wedding because he's a pariah now. But but she asks him to give her future son his courtesy name, and he says Rulan, which makes Jiang Cheng mad. Wei Wuxian B's insistent that he's got this again, but this time it's at Jiang Cheng, and they kind of rib each other, but they have to leave separately because, like I said, Wei Wuxian is a pariah now. And Wen Ning gets some famous Yanli tummy soup that he can't eat because he's a zombie to bring home, and that's the chapter. This chapter ends with a zombie walking off with a Tupperware full of tummy soup. It's pretty good. Oh, we like it.
We love to see it. I was actually really, really glad to read this chapter.
It was good. It's fun. It's just a nice, sweet chapter.
Very good. Like, Wen Qing gets her brother back.
Yeah.
Ayan gets to be a little goblin.
He's just a little creature.
We get some Wongi time.
We get Wongi time. Quality Wongi time.
Quality Wongi time. Wongi being embarrassed of being tricked again.
Tricked. He's been coaxed into yet another snafu.
He's been coerced in this situation.
Played me for a fool for the last time.
You've taken me for a fool. You've taken me for a fool. This is the Funny Voices podcast now.
It is. The funny 18th century aristocrat blustering voice.
Blustering, forgetting their grammar.
Listen.
I did it again. I can't keep begging. I can't stop begging. Well, I both cannot keep and cannot stop banging my knee against this damn desk.
I wish I could rebuild this desk in a way that...
I want to take a handsaw and just cut out the part of this board.
Yeah, just make a bare leg-sized hole in it.
Like 2 holes.
Yeah.
Well, that I can stick
like
my
a dog
knees
door,
through.
yeah.
Because we got an L-shaped desk, and
the unfortunate thing
is the knees.
The knees.
The knees are pressing up against this back part of the desk because we have it. One part is pressed up against the wall, and then the other part is sticking out into the room like a little partition.
Yeah.
So we can sit on either side and record.
And
however,
it would be an excellent and optimal setup if it weren't for the fact that we have to have this one board here because it's there for support, and if I take it down, the desk is going to collapse in on itself.
Big structural board.
Big structural board. God damn it.
Why is that funny?
Big structural board.
Big structural board.
Big structural board.
Strongly large. Intrusive structural board. Put me on Monty Python, bitch. I'm ready.
The new Monty Python. Fuck a Python.
Monty Python, it's all just idiot American non-binary people.
Just talking like this.
Holler if you want to join my new Monty Python troupe. We're gonna get sued to hell.
We aren't doing jokes about men in dresses anymore. That's for the past.
That's absurd.
That's absurd. Stupid. Do you want to read this?
I think so.
So let's see who we got here. We got Wei Ying.
Yep.
We got Uncle Four.
Lan Wangji.
We got Brap.
Lan Wangji. So you can cut the other one out.
We got Wen Qing.
We have Wen Ning.
We got Ayan, I think. Does he have lines?
Yes.
He does have them eventually, but I think in this first bit.
He has the iconic lines where he calls people poor brother and rich brother.
It's so good.
Poor Google and rich Google.
Which Google? Broke-ass Google.
Broke-ass Google.
This fucking 3-year-old child reading this grown-ass man for absolute filth.
Yeah, he got his ass.
Got his ass.
He got him.
Jesus, but
So who are you feeling?
I haven't been Wei Ying in a while.
I think it's time for little dogs to be Wei Ying.
I think it's time for little dogs to be Wei Ying. We got... do you know what? I think you could do some wenching.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't think she joins a conversation
for a while
where, well, that too, but also like with Wongi also talking, so you could also be Wongi.
Okay.
And then we'll get to Wen Ning when we get to him. He's not awake yet. Yeah. he still has dead boy brain. His brain is still sleepy.
Sleepy boy.
So the gang gets back to the burial mound.
They've got Ayan riding on his very first sword.
He loves it.
Unfortunately, it's for an emergency.
Yeah, not quite as fun.
But that's okay. That's okay. He's still getting the experience. And so they pull up, and the frickin' Uncle Four runs up, and he's like, "Young Master Wei!
Uncle Four, what's wrong?"
"Oh, all of the fierce corpses in the demon slaughtering cave got out."
"Didn't I set a restriction seal? Who touched it?"
"Nobody. It was. And then somebody hollers.
She hollering.
And she hollering. Anya! Anya!
And everybody, there's just kind of a fracas happening.
Yeah,
bit of a ruckus.
There's like 12 Wen people, and Wen Ning is there with completely white pupils, which means he is not there.
Mega dead. Looking like a Homestuck ghost.
And he has 2 fierce corpses just basically stripped down to the bones because he's been beaten on them so bad. Just in either hand. And he is brutalizing them. And Wen Qing is also there, and she's got a sword.
Just kind of trying to hold him back.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And Wei Wuxian yells at her and says,
"Didn't I say not to touch the talismans on him?"
And Wen Qing, basically, she doesn't have the time to even acknowledge Lan Wangji.
Yeah, who cares?
She goes, "Nobody touched them. Not a single person went into the cave. He tore them off on his own when he suddenly went on a rampage. Not only the ones on himself, he destroyed the restriction seals at the blood pool and the cave as well. All of the fierce corpses in the blood pool got out. Wei Wuxian, go save Granny and the others. They won't be able to hold up much longer.
Gotta save Grandma! Gotta save Grandma! And, so then there's some spooky noises. They look up into the trees and there's zombies in the trees.
Yeah, they're, fucking chilling.
You ever seen a zombie in a tree?
And Wen Ning, looks up. And he notices them too, and so he goes to just smash.
Yeah, he hates that.
He goes to smash. And literally, like, he's tearing them apart. There are limbs and blood raining onto the ground from the trees.
God. I'm picturing him doing the fucking, like, four-legged Devilman Crybaby run.
Oh my god.
But, like, up into a tree.
Holy shit.
Wei Wuxian whips out Chun Cheng, and he's like, Lun.
And he's about to order Lan Wangji to, like, go and help with the others so he can try and control Wen Ning.
Yeah, gotta deal with his boy.
But Lan Wangji is gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. And so he starts to freak out, but then he hears the Guqin.
You know what it is?
And it sends off a murder of startled crows, which is a fun little touch.
Love that.
So yeah, Lan Wangji, like, Wei Wuxian didn't even need to ask him.
Oh yeah, no, he knows what's up.
He didn't need to ask him.
Riding the same wavelength, baby.
That's absolutely it. So he lets out one long toot on Chun Cheng. And Wen Ning, just pauses.
Well, he falls on the ground, and then he's like...
yeah, he's done tearing up the zombies. So he lands on the ground. I'm assuming he lands in a crater.
He lands all floppy with his arm folded over like in Family Guy.
God.
And then Wei Wuxian is like, Wen Ning, do you still remember me? And then Wang Yi is still he's still playing that Gucci, and he's fucking shredding a solo.
Shredding a little solo, and then...
Wen Ning...
just a little one, though, because it's literally 3 notes.
That's true.
And Wei Wuxian's like, oh, that means he has gained control of the situation.
Yeah. He does the fucking, like, knockoff, not Stairway to Heaven riff that they do in Wayne's World. That's all it is. Wen Ning is, like, he's in beast mode.
He's not cognizant of anything other than eating shit.
Yeah.
And ripping shit apart. And Wei Wuxian, he's about to do the fluty thing again, and then he realizes there's a toddler on him.
Oh fuck, there's baby still.
Oh right.
Oops, forgot about baby.
Child clinging to me.
Oh shit, I forgot I was responsible for another human being. So he fucking picks up Ion and throws him at Wen Cheng.
He lobs him like a football. American football
album cover.
And he goes,
take him away! And then Wen Ning pounces on him.
At least he waited for the baby to be off of him.
They literally are just playing American football. He gets tackled.
He gets tackled. He got the feet switched up on him. And so Lan Wangji sees this and he's like, oh shit.
Yep.
Because that's, that boy.
It's his boy.
It's that boy.
It's boys.
And Wen Cheng, does not want to care for a child.
She passes him to somebody else. They're just playing hot potato with the baby.
Yeah. Because she wants to go check on Wei Wuxian.
Yeah.
And Lan Wangji is over there, it says almost embracing Wei Wuxian as he held his hand and passed spiritual energy to him.
When she fucking runs in and she like pushes past like tries to push past Lan Wangji, and she goes,
let him go first. It's not necessary. Let me do it. I'm Wen Cheng.
I'm Wen Cheng, bitch.
I'm Wen Cheng.
I'm Wen Cheng.
Bitch.
And then, so she we get a reminder that she's all-star fucking Shishan medic, and Wang Yi, steps to the side, and he's like, alright, yeah, I know, yeah, I don't have the medical degree, I'll let you handle it. And she looks him over, but Wei Wuxian, and, Wang Yi is, still kind of holding on to Wei Wuxian just by his hand. But Wei Wuxian pushes his hand off, and he's like, don't let him go!
So, Wen Ning is done with him, so he lumbers down towards where the rest of the, like, Wen remnants are.
Yep.
And Wuxian, like, she runs past him and she's like, run! Everyone run! He's going towards you!
And Wei Wuxian fights his way out of Wongi hold, which is difficult because Wongi's strong.
And this is the first time Wongi speaks. I guess I'm Wongi, right?
Yeah, you're Wongi.
And he goes, he catches up to Wei Wuxian and he's like, where is your sword?
And Wei Wuxian whips out some talismans and then does a Jon Snow impression. He's like, don't know where I put it. Don't know where to put it.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't know where I put it.
And so he does the cool talisman trick.
Which he would say regardless because he's a bottom. But,
listen.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. No, you're not.
He does, he does cool talisman magic. Wongi does cool Gucci magic. Wen Ning, like, trips and falls a little bit, and then Wei Wuxian does some flute necromancy.
Does a little tootin'?
Little tootin'.
He does
play some hot cross buns.
And he's got the traditional Chinese fiction signifier of a wound inside of you. He wants to cough up some blood, a mouthful of blood, but he doesn't want to show everybody that.
Yeah,
that's not for the children.
No, so
that's for private time, so nobody else has to deal with it.
Yeah, that's for him to know and for nobody else to find out.
Exactly.
So instead, he just says Hernged.
He says Hernged, and so Wen Ning he's
on the ground,
pretty securely mollified, pacified, whatever you want to call it.
He yelled though.
He do a big yell.
He do that do
that he do. He does a big yell.
He does a big yell,
and it shakes the trees because he's a powerful boy,
strong,
extremely powerful boy. And Wei Wuxian finally gives in and coughs up that beautiful mouthful of blood.
He horks it. He yartses.
Wang Ji probably sees that and he plays Guqin really, really hard. And Wen Ning does not like this.
He hates
wraps
to
his
hear
arms around his head and curls up in the fetal position. And Wen Qing doesn't like to see her dead brother like this. And she's like, I need.
And she starts trying to run over, but Wei Wuxian is like, be careful. Careful.
And she's just like, she just hates to see him like this.
It fucking sucks.
Because she knows, like, she's pretty much helpless because she knows even if they weren't doing this, it'd be 100 times worse.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be fucking horrible. So she knows they have to do this, that it's for his own good, but it just sucks to see.
Ugh.
She just feels bad for him. She's like, Han Guangchun, go easy on him.
And Wei Wuxian's like, lunch on a bit soft. And then
Wen Ning, he talks. He goes, you want to do it?
I'll do it. Master. And Wei Wuxian's like, he does blinking gif.
Aww.
Mm-hmm. Wait a second.
And then he shouts over to Lan Wangji.
Lanchan, could you stop first?
The voice came from Wen Ning.
It's a little Zombo.
It's a Zombo boy. And so Lan Wangji immediately stops the Guqin. And Wei Wuxian's like,
Wen Ning?
And Wen Ning lifts up his little head.
He lifts up his little head.
And he's got pupils again.
Look at that.
And so he opens his mouth and he goes,
Young Master Wei.
And he talks very carefully because he hasn't talked in a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
And Wen Qing sees this and she freezes and then she like hollers. She's like, Ani!
She invents glomping.
She literally does. She like falls on him, tackles him to the ground, and Wen Ning is like, Sister.
He does what my brother does whenever we're in the same room. He comes up and pats her on the head and says, Sister.
He goes, Sister. Like the lowest possible key he can.
Sister.
She's happy, but she's hysterical.
She's hugging him.
Throws herself at him. She's like, it's me. It's your sister. It's your sister. Anya. Sorry to put that disrespect on Wen Qing's name, but it says explicitly that she's very ugly when she cries.
Yeah.
which I understand.
I have nothing but respect for ugly crying wenching.
Yeah, and I respect the fuck out of her, quite honestly.
So then all of the other ones come out and they start, like, doing a big group hug. It's very, like, all the Who's down in Whoville.
They're so excited. Uncle Four is like, everything's fine. It's done. It's done. Ning woke up.
And Wei Wuxian comes up to Wen Ning and he's like, hey, buddy. Hey, how do you feel right now? And
Wen Ning's like, he like lies down on the ground, just chilling,
just vibing. And he tries to get himself going, but this is it. Of course, becomes sad. Just lying on the ground, face up.
I love that for him.
I love that for him. I want to cry, but I can't. What's wrong? And then Wei Wuxian has to tell him the sad news.
He like gives him a little pat on the shoulder, and he's like,
"You remember, don't you? You're dead already." Ooh, I gotta tell him he's dead. That fucking sucks.
He takes a moment after this, after making sure that Wen Ning is really back, to be very proud of himself, because he was not anticipating being able to pull this shit off.
Oh yeah. He's like, holy shit, I did it.
Not even remotely. He is just, he went in completely not expecting to be able to do what he was telling Wen Qing he would be able to do.
Yeah.
Because he was so indebted to her, clearly, that he wanted to do anything he could to make sure that he didn't end up lying to her about his own capabilities, you know?
And he even said to Jiang Cheng in the other chapter where he's like, guess I gotta do this impossible thing that nobody's ever done before. I'm just gonna do it. Sorry about it.
I'll do it. The man potentially changes the way we could consider humanity and
life and death
and the afterlife and everything, and it's just like
he's like,
yeah, isn't that crazy?
Damn,
I can't believe I did that.
I did that.
Wow, I did that on 6 pots of coffee a day.
Smelling like shit.
More pots of coffee than I got hours of sleep the night before. Maybe 1 shower a month.
Living in a trash can.
A literal trash can.
God. No budget.
Negative budget.
Negative budget. Show me a single time in Wei Wuxian's life where he's had money.
You literally can't.
You can't. Broke
when he
ass.
Has money, it's been given to him by somebody else.
God. But he's like, okay. And so the Wen Sibs just kind of have a moment, and more of the Wens come over, and they join the pile. They gaze over at Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji and are like, oh, thank you. And so Wei Wuxian kind of decides to step back and let them have family Wen time.
Yeah.
And Wangji looks at him, and Wei Wuxian is like, Lanjian, you're here anyways, so why not have a seat inside? And then we get another scene of damn bitch, you live like this.
They walk up to his nasty bachelor cave.
Remember 2 episodes ago when you said that the demon slaughtering cave sounds like it was named by, like, a child who's trying to be edgy?
Yeah.
They have that exact conversation.
Pretty much!
Because Wangji
he goes, the demon slaughtering cave?
That's right, I came up with the name, how is it?
Lan Wangji says nothing.
I know, in your heart you're definitely saying not very good. After the news got out, I picked up on some of the comments as well, saying that I'm someone who cultivates the demonic path to begin with. I'm the demon myself, so how could I be so shameless as to call my den the demon slaughtering cave?
Lan Wangji continues to say nothing. They walk in, they're walking into the cave, obviously, they're taking in the sights.
The sights. And
Wei Wuxian's like...
But in reality, all of them are wrong. What I actually meant with this name is not at all what they interpreted it as.
How come?
Simple! I often sleep like I'm dead inside of this cave. A cave that kills a demon through slumber. Wouldn't it be the demon slaughtering cave? Weighing, you are the demons.
Wei Ying is the demons. Lan Wangji says ellipses.
Yep.
And so they get into the main area of the cave, and Lan Wangji's like, what about the blood pool, then?
Regular question about normal decor.
Yeah, and Wei Wuxian is happy to answer him.
The blood pool is this right here.
He like points like a fucking Vanna White to his blood pool.
Check it the fuck out. And it's just this nasty water.
It's gross.
It's just this
smells like blood. It says somewhere between light and heavy, which is a cop-out. It says, originally a line of restriction had surrounded the pool, though it had been destroyed by Wen Ning already. Wei Wuxian put it up again, and he ties it back together.
Velvet rope.
And Lan Wangji goes, the dark energy is dense.
That's right. The dark energy is really heavy, fit to nurture dark creatures. This is where I used to parent the fierce corpses that haven't been completed yet. Guess how many are in the bottom?
And he smiles like a fucking freak.
Shit-eating granite idiot. To be honest, I don't know just how many there are either. But the water in the pool is smelling more and more like blood, which is good and normal, and I like it.
He's very proud of that. And Lan Wangji...
Whether it was because of the lighting or not, Wei Wuxian's complexion seemed unusually pale. His smile seemed to have some eeriness to it as well. So he's looking regular. He's looking
very normal on this evening, and Lan Wangji just like looks at him and he's like,
what?
That's fucking perfect. Can you really control it?
Control what? You mean Wen Ning? Of course I can. Look, he's already returned to consciousness. An unprecedented fierce corpse.
What would you do if he lost consciousness again?
I already have experience with dealing with him when he's out of consciousness. I'm the one who controls him. As long as nothing happens to me, nothing will happen to him either.
And Lan Wangji, like, he thinks about that for a little bit, and he's like, but what if something does happen to you?
It won't. I simply will not let anything happen to me.
Lan Wangji's like, how could you be sure?
It won't and it can't.
Do you intend on staying like this from now on?
What's wrong with staying like this? My place not good enough for you? This mountain here is even bigger than the cloud recesses. Our food here is much better too. I'm gonna make my own mountain with hookers and beer.
See how you like it. It's gonna be my own cool mountain. I'm gonna be able to do whatever I want. There's gonna be no rules.
You're not the boss of me, Wongi. We're gonna have Takis, and you're not gonna have any. It's all for me.
God, Lan Wangji's a little irritated. He's like, Wei Ying, you know what I mean.
And Wei Wuxian is like, he says ellipses. Lan Zhen, you really are something out of this world. I've already changed the subject of conversation. You pulled it back again.
Shit, the entitlement of this bitch.
God!
You can't get away from this shit, buddy. Sorry.
I already didn't answer you. I sidestepped it already. Take a hint.
I'm about to just walk out the door, and if you don't take it at that point, I have nothing for you.
I'm jiving out of the way of your questions. Oh, watch.
So he doesn't get a chance to be a smartass again because he has another little bout with a little cough. He doesn't cough up the blood quite yet, but it's getting there. And Lan Wangji goes to like grab his hand again to give him some spiritual energy.
But Wei Ying, once again, he jives out of the way. What are you doing?
Your injuries.
No need. Why use spiritual energy for such a small wound? It'll get better after some sitting around.
And Lan Wangji doesn't bother actually responding to that. He just grabs his hand. And then, there's some more peepo.
Wenqing yells from outside of the cave.
Never doubt Wenqing's ears. She goes, get better after some sitting around? Do you think I'm dead?
What do I do here, you idiot?
What the fuck? Oh yeah, I cried over my brother being alive-ish again. Now I'm dead? Really?
Yeah, that's what you think?
You forgot about me that quick?
Okay. I see how it is.
You short memory piece of shit.
Looking ass. Can't even buy me the right piece of produce.
She comes in and just immediately roasts him for 5 minutes nonstop. Does not let him get in a word edgewise. He just has to sit there and take it.
He deserves it.
Sitting there with your ratty ass, used year-old tablecloth sitting out in the rain looking ass.
Mildewy. Stinking like hell ass.
Mildewy. You walk into a room and they smell you 10 seconds before they even see you. What do you think you're doing?
Your sick leader's so stinky.
Get the fuck out of here.
Christ. But fucking right behind her is Wen Ning holding a tray of tea. He already has a job.
Yeah, you know, he's just the fucking pack mule right now. So, and Wuxian is there at his leg, gripping.
It's really good.
He is latched onto, I guess his uncle, right?
I think they're like cousins or something.
Like older cousin.
Something.
Yeah.
Vaguely related.
Yeah. And he, sees Wei Wuxian as soon as he comes in, and he toddles over and starts clinging onto him instead. And I just want to point out a fun typo that Exiled Rebels made. Wen Wuxian.
Wen Wuxian.
Wen Wuxian.
That's what his name is.
Pretty interesting. I think I've read or seen an alternate universe about
I've seen several.
Oh yeah, of course.
Wen Wuxian.
And it looks like he tries to smile, but he can't because his muscles are dead boy muscles.
Yeah. Mr. Rigor Mortis.
And he goes,
Young Master Wei, Young Master Lan.
And Wei Wuxian takes it upon himself to remove the barnacle from his leg.
He picks up baby and swings him around.
Picks up baby.
Why are you here? Finished crying so soon?
And one chick's like, just watch how I make you cry later.
But she still sounds like she's been crying.
Oh yeah, she's, just watch how I make you cry later.
And then Wei Wuxian was like, what a joke. How can you make me, He says, How can you make me,
She smacks him really hard on the back, and it unlodges the blood in his mouth.
and he's like, you're so cruel. You're so cruel.
And then he just goes ahead and passes right out.
Yep.
And Lan Wangji is like so concerned. He goes to catch him, and he's like, Wei Ying.
But Wenqing gets out them needles.
She goes, I have crueler things you haven't seen yet. Get up.
And Wei Wuxian just gets up. Sorry about that. And he wipes the blood from his mouth. Please don't. The cruelest is the woman's heart. I wouldn't want to see that. Please don't. Please, Miss Jin. Please, Mrs. Wen. I don't want to feel bad.
And Lan Wangji realizes
I don't want the pokies.
Lan Wangji realizes he was just once again pranked, and he gets indignant in his quiet way. He like flips his sleeves
as
like
though he
do. That's like, you know what? I think the producers of The Untamed read that line and went, you know what? That's a really good aesthetic. That's a really good visual. Let's do that
all the time.
Every single time a character moves. And it's fucking incredible. It's so dramatic. I wish American cinema, TV, movie shows, whatever, had the garments with sleeves like that. It's so fucking dramatic. It adds so much to an exit or an entrance.
It's so
or
good.
Even when you turn, it's like,
That's what it is. It's the gesture.
It is. Oh my god, it's incredible.
But they especially saw that in relation to Lan Wangji, and they said, let's just have him do that constantly.
Yes.
Let's base our entire characterization of him around that.
Well, you know, it does say a lot.
It does say a lot.
Without saying anything at all. So, he's mad as fuck.
He's mad.
Wen Ning looks over at Wei Wuxian, and he's like, you good, bro?
You good, bro? And
then he remembers that he had done a lot worse to Wei Wuxian.
Yeah. And he's like, young master, I'm sorry.
And Wei Wuxian just waves his hand at him. He's like,
enough. Did you really think something would happen to me with a punch like that?
And Wenqing finally looks over at Lan Wangji and she just watches, it says his expression. She's like, Han Guangjun, have a seat?
And Wei Wuxian finally realized, so that was why he felt as though he forgot about something. Lantuan had been here for so long and he hadn't sat down yet.
However, all that could be sat on inside the cave were a few stone beds, and strange objects were spread over every single one of them, from flags to sabers to boxes to blood-tattered bandages and unfinished fruits. The scene was almost painful to look at.
Final Fantasy house ass.
Oh my god.
Nasty.
Nasty
ass.
Hoarder shit. Come on, bro. You can do better for yourself.
The stink house.
And Wei Wuxian, looks around and he's like,
oh yeah, I'm him.
You're good.
But there's nowhere to sit, is there?
And Wen Ning's like, of course there is.
Brain genius Wei Wuxian.
She fucking just takes all of the shit on one of the stone beds and just sweeps it onto the floor with her sleeve. She doesn't give a fuck. Wei Wuxian's like, those were organized in a very specific way.
I knew where everything was.
He literally goes,
hey! Wen Ning
and Wen Ning backs them up. He's like,
yeah, young Master Lan, sit and have some tea. And he's just he's being a butler. I love dying and then being resurrected from having committed atrocities untold against living people, and then immediately going into butler mode.
You know, it's the duality of man.
Duality of man. Truly. Get you a man who can do both.
And so Wei Wuxian takes one look at this quote-unquote tea. Wei Wuxian only glanced at them before complaining. And it's 2 teacups, washed extremely clean, sat on the tray. And he goes,
how dingy, asking a guest to drink plain water. There aren't even tea leaves in here.
And Wen Ning is like,
I asked and they said they didn't have any. Uncle Four said that they didn't store tea leaves.
And Wei Wuxian takes one of the cups, he drinks it, and he's like,
this really doesn't seem right. Prepare some the next time a guest comes over.
As if they'll ever have another fucking guest at the burial mounds, please.
As if Wen Ning could have, foreseen this when he wasn't a rampaging, mindless zombie 5 minutes ago. But
literally.
Genius, but whatever.
Wen Ning goes, so you still have the face to talk about it. Look at what useless things you bought the few times you were asked to shop down the mountain. Where are the radish seeds I asked you to buy today?
What useless things did I buy? I went to buy toys for Ion, right? Ion?
And Ion goes, I'll be Ion. He goes, what the sun is worrying. This other brother bought them for me.
How could this be?
He's mad as fuck. He got called out.
And everybody laughs at him. They just fucking own him.
And then Lan Wangji just turns around and walks. He starts to walk out wordlessly.
He just leaves. And Wei Wuxian is like, lunch
Lan Wangji pauses for a minute. And then he goes, it is time for me to return.
Peace and humptiness forever. And Deuces. And then Ion tries to chase it after him a little bit.
Bueno!
And then Wei Wuxian picks him up and tucks him under his arm like a rolled up t-shirt. He says, wait for me here. And he goes and he catches up to Wongi and he's like, you're going? I'll see you off.
And Lan Wangji says nothing. Ion is still being held like a sack of rice. And he looks up at him, he's like, I want to say Gaga because I like to say Gaga.
That's good.
I was going to say, Gaga, you won't be eating you.
And Wongi looks at him and pets him.
He strokes his head.
And
Ion was so excited he thought he was going to stay. He's like, Ion, hold a secret. They said that there'll be lots of good food today.
This brother here has food waiting for him in his own house. He won't be staying.
And Ion just goes, oh, he's so disappointed.
The little baby.
He was so excited for Dad to stay. So they walk for a little while until they get to the end of the burial mound. They stop, they're silent, and then Wei Wuxian's like,
Bludgeon, you asked me if I intended on staying like this from now on. To be honest, I'd like to ask you something as well. What can I do apart from this? Give up the demonic path? Then what about the people on this mountain? Give them up? I won't be able to do it. I believe that if you were I, you wouldn't be able to do it either. Nobody can give me a nice broad road to walk on. A road where I could protect those I want to protect without having to cultivate the ghostly path.
Lan Wangji, again, says nothing. He just looks at him. It says both of them knew the answer in their hearts. There's no road like that for him.
There really isn't a solution.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yep.
He's literally caught between a rock and a hard place, baby.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
The shit ain't black and white, it's themes.
Wei's conundrum.
Wei's conundrum. Wei's problem.
Wei's problems. And so he goes on.
Thank you for keeping me company today. Thank you for telling me the news about my Shijie's marriage too, but let the self judge the right and the wrong. Let others decide to praise or blame. Let gains and losses remain uncommented on. I too know what I should and shouldn't do. I believe that I'll be able to control it as well. And Wongi's just like, alright, bitch.
Peace.
Peace, and he leaves.
He nods, he closes his eyes. I imagine he sighs very quietly to himself. And then he's out of there.
He's out of there. Wongi leaves.
That's when Wei Wuxian realizes that he made Lan Wangji pay for the meal.
Fucking idiot.
Shit.
Damn it. Well, Lan Zhan's so rich anyways, it's no big deal if he paid for me once more. Speaking of it, if he still has money on him, doesn't he? It couldn't have all been used up after buying just a few children's toys. If worst comes to worst, I'll just treat him again next time. How could there be a next time? Oops.
There could literally be a next time. There could literally be no next time.
There's not gonna be a next time.
There's not gonna be a fucking next time, dude. Well, there is, but...
Boop. But,
spoiler alert, Wei Wuxian died? I fucking guess.
Spoilers for the first chapter of the novel that we're reading. Spoilers for chapter 1, but,
so he starts walking back after Lan Wangji leaves, and he's like, damn, we really aren't meant to be friends, are we?
Laugh my LMAO off.
He says it wasn't like there'd be any more chances for them to try and be friends with each other in the future. He's oddly prescient in this chapter.
The jokes.
Yeah, you know, self-deprecating jokes work for some people, but I mean, they're not a good way to live your life, baby.
I mean, the thing is, he's completely wrong.
Yep.
It's jokes. But
it's extremely jokes.
Ayan is following him, and he's got they hold hands.
He has the little butterfly in his hair, and
his little wooden sword.
What, son? Would Rich Gaga ever come here again?
Who's Rich Gaga?
The Rich Gaga is Rich Gaga.
Then what about me?
Poor Gaga.
What, you like him just because he's got money? He snatches this little butterfly away.
And when he gets up on his little tippy toes and he goes, give it back! He bought this for me!
He puts the butterfly on his own head. I'm not gonna. You even called him Dad. What do you call me? You've only called me brother. Right, you've only called me Gaga, an entire generation shorter than him.
I didn't call him Dad!
I heard it. I don't care. I want to be someone taller than brothers and dads in seniority. What should you call me?
But Ayan doesn't want to call you Mom. That's so weird.
Who told you to call me Mom? The one with higher seniority than brother and dad is Granddad. You didn't even know this? Do you really like him so much? You should have said it sooner. If you did, I would have asked him to take you away earlier. His sect is rich, but it's very scary. He'd take you back, lock you inside, and have you copy scriptures the whole day. You scared?
And Ayan immediately shakes his head. He's like, I won't go. I still want Granny.
You want Granny, but not me?
I do. I want Shangaga too. And he like messes with his fingers, and he's like, and I want, wait, Gaga? Sister Achin, Brother Ning, Uncle 4, Uncle 6.
That's enough. He puts the butterfly back on his head. I'm gonna be drowned amongst all the people. And
he puts the butterfly back into his pocket so Wei Wuxian doesn't steal it. He's like, well, which Gaga come back again or not?
And Wei Ying is smiling, but it takes him a while to answer. And he says, he probably won't come back again.
Why?
There's no why. In this world, everyone has their own things to do, their own paths to walk. He's busy enough in his own sect, so how could he have the spare time to flutter around others?
That's kind of cute.
It's
around others.
Kind of flutter.
Oh, God. And then Ayan goes, oh. He's not very happy to hear that. So, Wei Wuxian tucks him under his arm again.
This is just how he carries it.
For easy transportation.
Yeah, like he's a little dog.
Yeah. He just needs a little carrier for him.
Yeah! Like a bag dog, you know?
Yeah.
A purse baby.
So he sings a little song as he's walking.
He's humming, "Who cares about the crowded broad road? I'll walk the single plank bridge all the night. All the night?" And then he realizes that it's, he'd always walked up the mountain in the dark, but tonight things were different when he was walking back. There's lanterns everywhere.
Yeah, they cleaned up the whole spot.
Looking fresh.
They painted some roofs, I think. And he's confused because usually all of the folks that he saved, like, just eat their meals and then, like, go to bed and turn off the lights and basically hide.
Yep.
But they're in the big shack, the communal shack this time.
They're in the fest house. And Wei Wuxian is like, "Why is everyone here today? Not sleeping? It's so bright with all these lanterns."
And Wen Ning walks out and she's like, she's holding a plate. And she's like, "Hung them for you. We'll make a few more tomorrow to hang in the mountain path. If you hurry around in the dark all the time, you'll slip and break your bones sooner or later."
I have you here even if I break my bones, don't I?
"I wouldn't want to do more work. It's not like I'm paid. If you break them, don't complain if I mess with your bones when I put them back." It says hamper, but...
I know.
What?
She's like, "Unionize me."
Yeah, like, please.
"Unionize me, Captain." And Wei Wuxian is like... Wei Wuxian shivered and crept away.
He's not into that shit.
God. But everyone's in there waiting to have dinner. They're waiting for Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they were waiting for him.
They were waiting for the Wi-Fi signal.
And he goes...
"What, nobody ate yet?"
"No, we were waiting for you."
"Why didn't you wait for me? I ate outside."
And, he knows that was not the right thing to say to Wen Ning. She says, "Eating out again, bitch?"
We got food at home.
"So that's why you bought nothing? Ate all the money away at a restaurant? I only have a couple of coins, and I gave them all to you. Now look at how you fritter them away."
No, I didn't. You don't understand. I'm a cheapskate.
And so here's Grandma.
Here come Grandma.
Grandma come out of the kitchen area, and Ayan immediately goes to her. He's like, "Granny."
And then Wen Ning
turns around and she's like, "I told you to leave them alone. You don't have to help. Just go sit. The smoke's too big in there. Your legs aren't good and your hands shake. If you fall, we're not going to have many plates left. It's not easy bringing all this porcelain up the mountain."
"Grandma, stop trying to help. You suck."
Yeah. Please, everybody, pray for my grandma.
Pray for my grandma.
She gets too strong for us to handle.
They prayed for Wen Ning, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody pray for my brother.
So everybody gets ready. They saved the head table seat for Wei Wuxian, the guest of honor.
Guest of honor.
And Wei Wuxian has a hard time accepting this.
He's like...
Because he likes to be the center of attention, but he does not like to be the center of attention.
Yeah. So they, he's like...
He's just really surprised.
Yeah.
Because he thought that they were just terrified of him, but they're all here and they're really happy to see him and they're really thankful and grateful for everything that he's done for them. And Wen Ning goes, "These past few days you've worked hard."
You're suddenly talking so nicely to me. I'm kind of scared.
And Wen Ning goes,
"God." And then he shut up at once. I thought it said he shut up for once, and I was going to be like, "Yeah, you're right."
"God." And so she goes on and she's like, "In truth, they all wanted to have dinner with you once, so that they could thank you. But you're either jumping up and down, running around, or shut inside of the cave and staying in there for days on end, not letting anyone disturb you. They didn't want to hold up your work and annoy you. They thought you didn't like interacting with others and didn't want to talk to them, so they were too embarrassed to talk to you. Aning woke up today, and Uncle Four said that we had to have dinner together no matter what. Even if you ate so much when you were outside that you're about to die, come sit down with us. It's fine even if you don't eat. Just have a seat, and we can chat and have a few drinks."
Ultimate uncle move. No, we gotta have dinner.
Absolutely. We have to celebrate.
He puts on his grilling machine apron.
That's fucking it. He will take any excuse.
I'd rather be grilling.
I'd rather be grilling. And Wei Wuxian's like, oh my god.
Oh my god, you're so nice! He's like, have a few drinks? There's wine up here?
And some of them were like, some of the one sect, the older ones were like looking over.
They're like, fuck yeah, we got wine.
Like, yeah, there's wine. And he's got the bottles on him. He's like, fruit wine made from the wild fruits on this mountain. It's quite rich.
He's holding them up like he's popping fucking bottles.
He's about to do it, dude. And Wen Ning, it says he's squatting by the table.
He's Slav squatting.
He says,
Uncle Four likes to drink as well. He knows how to make them himself and made them especially for today. He's been trying for a lot of days. He speaks so slowly now that he's not able to stutter. It's pretty neat.
And the Uncle Four, that was Uncle Four saying that. I should have given him the...
Well, it didn't say it first. We take it up with MXTX. That's her fault.
You ever take your bra off and the sweat smell like macaroni?
Can't say that I do, but...
Okay.
I mean, the sweat smells like some things, but I don't know if I've ever noticed macaroni in particular.
It just kind of smells like pasta water to me. Because it's not like stinky.
It isn't stinky.
It's just like pasta water, a little bit funky. But mostly pasta water. You can cut this out. That's horrifying.
No. I want to leave it in to see if anybody else also...
Anybody else under booby sweat, smell like pasta water?
I'm gonna have to keep a nose out for that next time I take my bra off.
Fresh macaroni.
Macaroni.
Macaroni. I was taking my brassiere off and I got distracted.
My brassiere.
I was like, God, that's weird.
Wen Ning is Slav squatting. Uncle Four likes to drink. Everybody's
they're
going
enjoying
loco.
a nice fruited wine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wen Ning learned how to not stutter because he has rigor mortis disease.
Yeah.
And then Wei Wuxian is like, really? Then I'll have to try some. So, it's fucking wine time.
They get a little bit cronky, but there's like 50 fucking people there, so Wei Wuxian doesn't get a whole lot of it, and he's a little bit, upset about it, but he does end up talking with, Uncle Four about the wines that they've had, and they end up agreeing that Emperor's Smile is the tippy top, baby. That's like the Doucet. That's, Remy Martin. That Dom Perignon. Dom Perignon, that Chateau Petrus.
The Dominic Perignon.
That Chateau Mouton Rothschild.
The anger of the Dominic Perignon.
The anger of the Dominic Perignon. I'm the anger of the Dominic Perignon because it's not worth the money because it tastes like shit. And I like champagne. Like true French champagne, Dom Perignon tastes like shit.
This
You can thank LVMH for that.
This paragraph was written for you.
Yeah, you're right.
What's the drink of the week, by the way?
Drink of the week. 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 It's sparkling peach mango water from 7-Eleven.
Ooh.
Their 7 Select brand.
Ooh.
And it's sparkling water.
7 little men sit in a booth and choose the peaches and the mangoes that go into it.
Yeah.
That's why it's called 7 Select, because 7 of them selected.
That's true.
Is it good?
Yeah, I like it. It's sparkling water.
We love that.
Pretty much all sparkling water is the same.
You are the sparkling water enjoyer. Sparky water.
I enjoy it.
They enjoy
myself 500 solid milliliters of sparkling water.
Sparkling water. But
yes.
But then they run out of the wine, and Wei Wuxian is like, "Why is it gone already? I haven't had much at all."
Wen Ning's like, "There are a few more bottles. We can save them for later. You can call it a day for now."
How could this be? They say that a good name when dead can't compare to some good wine when living. Stop talking. A full cup, please.
And Wen Ning, this is a special day.
It's a special day.
She gives him a wine, but she says, "There's no next time. I really think you should quit drinking. You drink way too heavily."
Wei Yin, give me your keys.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the cloud races this year. Why should I quit drinking?
And Wen Ning, looks at Wei Wuxian at the mention of the cloud recession. She's like, I forgot to ask you. You've never brought anyone up Burial Mound. What's the deal today?
You mean Lan Zhan? I met him on the way.
You met him? How did you meet him? You ran into him again?
That's right.
What a coincidence. I remember that you two ran into each other in Yunmeng as well.
There's nothing special about it. A lot of cultivators from other sects travel in and out of Yunmeng and Yiling.
I heard you call him directly by his birth name back then. Quite bold, aren't you?
He calls me directly by my birth name as well, doesn't he? It's nothing. Got used to it when we were young. Neither of us care.
Yeah, we call each other Pookie Bear. It's an inside joke from high school. Yes, I call him my dearest, darlingest Lan Zhan. It's not any of your business. You weren't there.
Yeah, I call him Daddy Big Dick. What do you want? None of your business. Between me and God.
And Wen Qing's like, really? Don't you two have a bad relationship? Heard it's like you're ice and fire, fighting every time you see each other.
Don't listen to the rumors. Our relationship really was quite bad in the past. During the Sunshot campaign, we did get into a few fights because of our bad tempers. But afterwards, it wasn't as bad as the rumors say. Or so-so.
Wen Qing does not say anything to that.
She's like,
she
all right.
lets him have that.
She fucking knows. She figured it out. She figured it out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
she figured it out before he did.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
God.
So food happens, everybody's eating, somebody begs for more food. They shout Wen Ning over because he's just being a waiter.
Yeah, they go, Ning, cook us a few more dishes, please.
Cook a lot, put them in a basin.
Where can we find a basin to put the food in? They're for washing the face.
Put my food in a trough.
And Wen Ning is like,
feed me like a barn animal.
Wen Ning is just like,
oh, sure.
And Wei Wuxian notices that it's time for somebody to start cooking, and he's like, wow.
He's like, let me go.
Wow, God let me live another day, and it's time to make it everybody's problem.
Time for me to crush up the talkies again.
Yes.
He runs over. Wait, I'll do it.
Wen Qing's like, you can cook?
Of course. I can be both the hostess and the housewife. Leave it to me. Just wait.
So they clap because everybody's excited, and he makes 2 dishes, and he puts them on the table, and he's so fucking proud of himself. He's smug as hell, and Wen Qing looks down at it, and she goes, from now on, you stay as far away from the kitchen as possible.
Just have some. You can't judge a book by its cover. You'll like it after you taste it. That's how it's supposed to taste.
Taste my ass!
Tasty nuts!
Tasty is nuts! Don't you see how much Ayan is crying after he tasted it? A waste of food. Don't pick up your chopsticks. No need to give him the face for it.
Fuck this guy and his talkies.
Fuck your talkies.
Fuck your talkies.
You think giving that much citric acid to a child is normal, natural, or recommended?
Speaking of citric acid, you ran into a kid who had a drink of the week while you were at work over the weekend.
Oh my god! Sidebar. Okay, there was a family on vacation in our store, and they had a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. And the 4-year-old girl was holding this bottle of lemon juice. And they were the kinds of kids that were like very talkative. They wanted to tell you all about their days and their lives. They like introduced themselves and stuff. And the girl held up the bottle to me, and she was like, "Look what I found." And I said, "Wow, that's awesome. Just don't drink it straight from the bottle or you'll regret it." And every single one of the family was like, No, she does that.
She does that.
I was like, okay.
She just be drinking that lemon juice.
Drink that straight lemon juice. Her brother was like, yeah, sometimes she pours the lemon juice in a glass and she mixes it with water and she drinks it like that. And I'm like, I don't know which one is worse.
God. Just the lemon juice.
I was like, I told that story to my manager this morning, and her eyebrows raised like up to her forehead. She was like, Jesus.
This kid drinking lemon juice?
Lemoned juice?
You're telling me a lemoned this juice?
A lemoned this juice?
A lemoned this juice?
Oh my god.
lemon juice.
So that's the end of that scene. We skip to a couple days later.
Everybody in the entire cultivation world has heard that Wei Wuxian has gotten WMD.
They played a very stupid game of telephone that was only half correct, basically.
Yeah. So everybody's in shock, and, like, most of the cultivation world is like, oh no, him too dangerous, that's so scary. Everybody is going to want to become Satanist. They have a satanic panic.
They do have quite a bit of a satanic panic.
Because Wei Wuxian... They said, oh no, Wei Wuxian is pole dancing with zombies, and now he's selling shoes with human blood in them.
Oh my god.
And sure enough, though, there are some people who are like, this guy sounds badass, and they go up there and they think that he's, like, trying to start a sect, and they're like, they bring up banners. One of them says, all hail the supreme lord of evil, patriarch of Yiling, which is the funniest way they could put that. I don't know why that's so funny to me. But, he
has his fierce corpse bouncers to get these people the fuck out of his life.
He sees this and he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Go home.
The supreme lord of evil, patriarch of Yiling. And he does a fucking spit take when he sees this banner for the first time, just proclaiming this. He's like, oh my god.
He's like, bro.
He says, he went down the mountain, accepted with pleasure all of the tributes with which they honored his most wise sage, and began to use another mountain path from then on.
I'm not gonna say no to a gift.
I mean, true enough. Yeah. He's like, I'll take that food,
let me get all
take
this.
the blessings, and then I will dip.
Yeah, peace out, go fuck yourself. And then so... One day he was shopping in Yiling with his worker, who's Wen Ning, his butler.
God.
Because the thing that the cultivation world doesn't realize is that he may have a WMD, but he's having the WMD just do work for him.
He's here with his au pair.
Yeah. I'm here with my doula.
God.
This is my licensed new age healer. And
my licensed pack mule.
God,
or like
my chiropractor. Anyway, they go.
Wei Wuxian, they're walking, and he sees somebody familiar.
Yeah,
he follows that familiar person into an alley, and then into a yard.
And then the doors of the yard get closed,
and somebody goes, "Get out!"
Fuck yes! Guess who's
there
here?
He is.
Sect leader, Rude Boy, Sandu, Shengshou, Zheng, Wan, Yin. The crowd goes wild. Everybody loves it.
It was directed at Wen Ning gets the fuck out.
Yep. He just disappears.
But he disappears.
Yep. Jiang was someone who held deep grudges. He was imbued with the hatred he held towards the Xishan Wen sect.
So there's no helping Wen Ning.
Oh yeah, no. Fuck that guy.
This situation.
Yeah.
So there's also someone else in the yard, and it's a lady.
It's a lady
in a cloak and a hat, but Wei Wuxian immediately knows who it is.
Should you?
And so she takes off her robe and wizard hat.
God.
And
oh God, ancient!
I know, really, really fun little throwback for you there.
Good Lord!
And she's wearing her wedding robes.
It's so good.
And she's a little bit bashful. And Wei Wuxian walks up to her and he's like,
"Should you? You're
what? You think she's marrying you?
You can shut up."
And Jiang Yanli goes. She spreads her arms out, and she's like,
She's like, Ashan, call me Precum, cause I be dripping.
Shut the fuck up! Ew!
Scope my fit.
Call me ranch, bitch!
No.
Cause I be dressing. You already know what the fuck it is.
Very clean.
Very clean.
She's like, Ashan, I'll be married soon. I came for you to see.
And Wei Wuxian's fixing to cry.
Yeah, he says ugu because he not allowed to go wedding.
Yeah, because he's the demon.
Yeah, he is the demon
now, unfortunately.
Yeah, he Evo.
So Jiang Yanli just wanted to, like, sneak in with Zhang Cheng to show him, just at least show him the dress.
Yeah.
And Wei Wuxian just, he ends up smiling eventually, and he's like,
I know, I heard...
Who did you hear it from?
None of your business.
And Jiang Yanli, she's still a little bit shy, and she's like...
But I'm the only one who's here. You won't be able to see the groom.
Wei Wuxian's like...
It's not like I want to look at some groom. Fuck that guy.
He does the rounds around
Circles her.
He circles her. He's like,
looks good.
Sis, I told you so. It really does look good.
And she's like, it doesn't count if you two say so. I can't take it seriously.
Zhang Cheng's like, you don't believe me, and you don't believe him. Is it that you'll only believe it when a certain somebody says so?
She blushes.
You know.
And then she goes, Ashton, give a courtesy name.
And Wei Wuxian's like,
what courtesy name?
The courtesy name of my unborn nephew.
Dumbass.
Obviously. Idiot.
Idiot.
And Wei Wuxian, like, he thinks a little bit.
And he's like, damn, they're already thinking about fucking.
You know?
They're already trying to get their bang on.
He goes,
sure. The next generation of the Wen Ning Jin sect is named Ru. How about Jin Rulan?
And Jiang Yanli is like,
that's great.
No, it sounds like Jean Rulan, Lan being the Lan from the Lan sect. Why should a descendant of the Lanling Jin sect and the Yunmeng Zhang sect be like someone of the Lan sect?
Sean. Idiot, the subconscious on this bitch.
I know.
Where Sean's like, it's not like there's anything wrong with the Lan sect, is there? The Lan flower is the gentleman of flowers. The Lan sect is the gentleman of people. A good name.
That's not what you said in the past.
I'm the one who's giving the name, not you. Why are you being so picky?
And Jiang Yanli, like, she's trying to bring him up immediately. She's like,
that's enough. You know how Ah Cheng is. He's the one who came up with the idea of having you give the courtesy name. Both of you can stop fooling around. I brought soup for the two of you. Wait a second. She busts out a Tupperware.
She comes with that bag. She has that shit ready. The Campbells.
The Campbell.
You crack it, heat it up.
The Campbells.
Crack it, heat it up, and you have a nice little meal. And Wei Wuxian and Jiang Cheng like look at each other like, oh shit, it's on.
It's on. Soup time.
So it's soup time, and she goes. She turns to Wen Ning, and she's like,
I'm sorry, there are only small bowls left. You can have this.
And he takes it, and he's like, it says he's so flattered that he started stammering again.
There's some for me.
Why does he get some too?
I brought so much anyways. Anyway, anyone who sees it gets some. And then Wen Ning is like, thank you, Maiden Zhang. Thank you. He was too embarrassed to say thank you, but he couldn't drink it because he can't eat. Because him dead.
She picks up on this and she takes him to the side to talk to him, which is really sweet.
I know.
And
it's
she gives
really
Wei
sweet.
Wuxian and Jiang Cheng a little bit of time to stand in the yard, toast with their soup. Jiang Cheng lifts his bowl and he's like, to the Yiling Patriarch.
And Wei Wuxian starts thinking, all hail the Supreme Lord of Evil Patriarch of Yiling. Hilarious. And he goes, shut up.
Jiang Cheng takes a little sip and he's like, how's your wound from last time?
A little long time ago.
How many days?
Less than 7. I told you before, with Wen Qing, it was nothing difficult. But you really did fucking stab me.
You were the one who smashed my arm first. You took 7 days, while I had to hang my arm up for an entire month.
How could it seem realistic if it wasn't hard enough? It was your left hand anyways. It didn't hinder you from writing. It takes 100 days to heal a wound to the bone. It wouldn't be too much even if you hung it up for 3 months.
So they hear a little bit of Wen Ning, stuttering more, and then, because they're silent, and then Jiang Cheng goes, you'll stay like this from now on? Got any plans?
Not at the moment. None of the group dares to go down the mountain. People don't dare do anything to me when I go down to the mountain either. It'll be fine as long as I don't stir up trouble on my own.
On your own? Wei Wuxian, do you believe that even if you don't stir up trouble on your own, trouble won't come and find you? It's often impossible to save someone, but there are more than thousands of ways to harm someone.
And Wei Ying's speaking while eating because he's gross. America was strength and defeated 10 with skill. He has to get bleeped out with honks. He's like, a man with strength can defeat 10 with skill. I don't care if they have thousands of ways. I'll kill whoever comes.
You never listen to any of my opinions. One day you'll come to understand that I'm the one who's right.
I'm the one with the correct takes.
Oh my god. Someday you'll learn that I had the correct takes all along.
Yeah.
So Wei Wuxian deep throats the rest of the soup, no gag reflex.
Or no, that's Zhang Cheng doing that.
Oh, yeah, that is Zhang Cheng deep throating the soup and stands up.
Hate that.
Wow, I'm impressed. Round of applause for the Yiling patriarch.
Are you done yet?
We won't see you off. It wouldn't be good if someone saw us.
And Wei Ying nods. It'd be bad optics for them to be caught together. Don't want that in the.
It sucks the way that they have to separate from each other, but
it's tabloid shit. But he's like, we'll go first. And then they go out to the alley, and Wen Ning is like still there. He's just kind of being quiet. Do you want to be him for just these last couple of lines?
Oh, sure.
So Wei Wuxian is like, why are you still holding this soup?
To take it back. I can't drink it, but I can give it to someone else.
Your choice. Be careful not to spill it.
So he takes the fucking Tupperware. He just turns around and walks away. But it ends in kind of a cute way. It says he turned around knowing that it'd be a long time before he'd get to see the people he was familiar with again.
Yeah.
But right now, wasn't he on his way to seeing people he was familiar with as well?
Maybe the family was the POWs we rescued along the way.
Jesus!
So that's chapter.
That is chapter 8. It was a thicky one.
Thicky one. Next time it's going to be chapter 76, which is part 1 of the Nightfall arc.
We like it.
And it's time for some Google Translate.
Googly.
So we had kind of a big opening bit, so I went light on the Google collection. I only have 2, and they're pretty short.
Okay.
But I think you'll find that they're pretty freaking epic.
Freaking epic, bro?
Pretty freaking epic. So this first one, both of these. Both of these I think are from Chinese. They're pieces that I've had for like a really long time, from like before I started keeping track of what they are. So I don't have context for any of these, but here's the first one.
Beep! The newly peeled bright potato fell to the ground along with the bowl. Beep?
Beep?
That is the wrong onomatopoeia.
Are you sure?
Google has me fucked up.
I thought you were gonna tell me to Google potato onomatopoeia. What noise does a potato make?
What? Like a bud. I don't know. Like what? Doing what? A potato doing what?
Falling to the ground along with the bowl.
Doing something to the potato for it to do anything. The sound
Beep.
of a potato. It just exists. It's the sound of stagnant air. Just pause for 2 seconds. That's the sound of a potato.
What's the sound of one potato clapping?
If a potato falls in the forest, what are its pronouns?
What? Incomprehensible. So the second one is just more of the same shit. These are both of these ended up being about food somehow. I didn't even plan on that.
Tinky. When I paused, my nose tipped and she said, "You smelled you. Did you pickle the pickles in the devil cave?"
You smelled you.
You smelled you. Have you smelled you lately?
Can you smell yourself?
Can you smell you right now?
You smelled you.
You smelled you.
You smelled you. You smelled you.
You smell so
Did you put the pickles in the devil cave?
devilry.
The devil. Did you pickle the pickles?
Did you pickle the pickles in the devil cave? Did you?
You smelled you.
Nasty ass, bloody ass pickles?
Nice.
No.
Pickles.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Let's go to questions.
Alright, let's hit some questions.
We have some questions. If you have questions, you can send them to cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com/ask or via Twitter at cloudrecesspod, just one recess. I don't remember if we have any on Twitter. I'm gonna take a look. Let's see here. We do not have any on Twitter.
No Twitter questions.
We do have some on Tumblr, though. Tumblr.
So what's up with Tumblr? Let's see what they got.
Tumblr.
So our first question from Tumblr is from our pal Air2 Athens. She asks, you and the relevant characters in this chapter are locked in a room for 24 hours, only one at a time. When the door opens the next day, what has transpired? Are either of you dead? Has anyone been therapized? Is anyone radicalized? Has the gay earned compound interests?
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we've got Lan Wangji, Wen Qing.
Wei Wuxian, obviously.
Wei Wuxian, Wen Ning, Lan Wangji.
We already said him. There's 2 Wongies now.
There's 2 Wongis, sorry. I just think about him constantly.
I do.
We've got Jiang Yanli and Jiang Cheng.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, God. All right. So, Wei Wuxian, I feel like I would try to therapize him, but I would get so irritated with his responses that I'd just end up throttling him.
I would not be able to deal with it. I love him, but he's very much a case of if he didn't shut the fuck up after a little while and give me some quiet time, I would be very upset.
Oh yeah, something very violent would happen if he did not give me some quiet time.
I would morph into Wenching.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
what would happen. Yeah, I don't want what happened between me and Wenching optimally stuck in the elevators between me and God.
Yep, absolutely.
That's no one's business but ours.
Lan Wangji, I feel like we'd just have a nice peaceful time. He would probably guide me through some meditation.
That'd be nice.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd leave him to his devices. We could just, be in the presence of each other and I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely into that. I'm always into that anyway.
He and I are both very much like speak when spoken to kind of people.
Yeah, very much.
And I think that's fine and regular.
I like it. Wen Qing.
I mean, we already went there.
I know. We'd end up Las Vegas married by the end of it. Because my shit's slanging. Thank you.
Just an ordained minister materializes in there.
I'm sorry to say it, but Wen Qing would be entranced immediately.
God. What about Zombie Boy? I
would really let him talk to me and give him a hug.
Yeah.
Therapize, definitely. Therapize, for sure.
I would have to do a winch. Once again, I would morph into her, but this time it'd be me going up to him and patting his head and going, brother.
Aggressively hugging him.
Yeah.
Aggressively hugging him.
Aggressively.
Jiang Cheng.
I want nothing to do with this task.
I do not want to be alone in a room with that motherfucker. I would fucking kill him. I love him to death. He is, I think he's my favorite character, but I would fucking kill him.
Oh yeah.
Absolute, like a bloodbath. And I wouldn't even regret it. You would open the door, you'd call the cops, I'd be like...
Can you blame me?
Can you blame me? Have you heard him talk?
He's intolerable.
Have you looked at this motherfucker?
Get his boat shoe wearing ass.
Get his ass.
Get his ass.
Jiang Yanli, I don't know. I think it's another thing where we just like exist together kind of peacefully. Maybe have some nice deep conversation.
Yeah. I think we'd emerge from it buds.
Yeah, absolutely. For Jiang Cheng, one thing I think if I didn't end up killing him, I would probably end up radicalizing him. Because he's one of those people where I feel like it'd be pretty easy to flip his opinion on something like the police.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you know what? I feel like you could radicalize him pretty easily.
Yeah,
I
could have some pretty fiery debate with him and end up with a mutual respect for each other.
He's definitely very much got like the kind of like angry former 4chan lurker vibes of like he either becomes like super hardcore unpleasant, and I'm not going to expand on that, you know what the fuck I mean, or like just plays video games and gets mad at them and starts taking girl pills. You know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Junction could go
to girl pill pipeline. Shit.
The video game to girl pill pipeline.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it is. Peeking over the edge of my turned around iPad like a creature, like a gargoyle,
like a little grinder,
like a little gorgile.
I think that's all of them, right?
Yeah, this is all of them.
Yeah. So next question is from a friend of show, Matrim Kauthon. They ask, who wouldn't make it as a farmer if they had to leave their sect?
God.
Any other jobs they could pick up instead, or are they doomed? Jinzi Xuan, useless.
Useless.
Nie Huaisong, useless.
Here's the thing about Huaisong.
Huaisong could get somebody else to do it for.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
Wei Wuxian would... terrible fucking farmer.
He needs a chaperone.
The farmer. His idea of what they would be like as a married couple is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. I mean, obviously, I think Wang Ji would handle most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd handle the finances. He'd handle everything that Wei Wuxian said he would handle.
Yep.
Plus the things that Wei Wuxian said that Wei Wuxian himself would handle. And Wei Wuxian just lies around and is a trophy wife.
Wei Wuxian is very upset in a petulant baby, you have to pick me up kind of way when he realizes that farm work isn't exactly the way that it is in Animal Crossing.
God!
What do you mean the fruits don't grow back after 2 days?
What do you mean it doesn't just take 5 minutes to walk around the entire perimeter and pull weeds?
What do you mean I can't just open up an app and terraform?
This is lame. This is so stupid.
I'm tired.
God.
I'm done. You have to pick me up. Carry me over the river.
Jiang would probably be terrible at farming at first, but would eventually, with very hard work and dedication, be very good at it.
Yeah, I think he'd make it. He'd make it. He'd complain about it all the time, but he'd be fine at it.
He'd willingly work like 14-hour days and then complain about how he works 14-hour days.
He's the person Huaisong gets to do the farming.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's pretty good.
Next question is from an anonymous friend. They ask, in honor of the family dinner we got this chapter, what would you bring to a potluck?
Ooh! Now, here's the thing. Back in the day, when...
Potlucks were a thing.
Yeah. We used to have work potlucks a few times a year. And especially around the holidays, I would bring in my Oreo truffles.
Yes.
Which I can give you the recipe for those. And what you do is you take a whole ass package of just the regular Oreos. The double stuff ruins the consistency. The regular Oreos, take a whole package of those, put them in a food processor with a whole brick o' cream cheese, some peppermint extract to your liking, grind that shit up, scoop it all out, put it in a bowl, chill it for a little bit, maybe like an hour, take it out, get yourself an ice cream scoop or a melon baller or what have you, make some little balls, chill them again, this time for a little bit longer, and then cover them in some chocolate or some candy, and it's like a cake pop. But it's just a little Oreo truffle, and it's delicious.
It is delightful. It's really, really good.
Delicious. I gave a bunch of them to my mom, and she was delighted.
Usually I bring dessert to a potluck.
Dessert.
I like making dessert and pastries.
Fuck yes.
Honestly, though, I would like to make more savory stuff for potlucks in the future. I'm really excited because apparently at my work, potlucks are a huge thing when it's not COVID time. But I typically I make chocolate pecan pie,
Yeah.
or lemon bars, or cookies.
The lemon bar bastard.
And I bring the desserts.
Fuck yes. The bear.
It's bears bring desserts.
Baking bear.
Baking bear. I think the next thing I want to bring to a potluck is probably some mac and cheese, because I make really good mac and cheese.
Could be good.
Next question is from an anonymous friend. This is also our last question. Sorry if you've been asked this question before, but when you're done with the novel and Dogpaw for MDZS, do you guys plan on doing anything, or will the podcast just be done? Heart emoji, I'm on desktop. Feel you. I think we're going to cover The Untamed.
Well, no, because our way of covering The Untamed is the commentary tracks. I don't know. I have a few ideas for things we could do.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't stick to just Modao. Probably wouldn't even stick to just MXTX. I have a couple of ideas. If you want me to run those by you.
Yeah, because just be like a Danmei.
Yeah, that was my first idea.
I know you talked about that before.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I've also had I did a Twitter thread, half jokingly but also kind of feasibly, about just covering like pieces of media that have like really prominent like BL shipping communities. Could just do BL. I mean, shit.
True enough.
It's fucking goofy enough.
I like it.
There's enough bad content for us to get mad at.
Yeah.
Enough for us to suffer through.
This is definitely the best intentional BL content I've read in a long time.
You know what the fuck it is.
You know, like published and has a huge fandom and whatever. It's pretty cool.
Pretty good.
But is that all our questions?
We have one on Discord.
Oh yeah, it's the one I accidentally answered and got embarrassed about.
Discord user Tess Frost, also sec leader of the show, I believe.
Tess Frost, new member of the Cloud Recesses. Well, yeah, new member of the Pod Recesses fam. New sect leader. Welcome.
Oh yes.
Glad to have.
They ask, inquiry for the podcast, what are missing scenes from any point in MDZS that you would love to see? Like, for example, anything in the 13-year gap between Wei Wuxian's first death and revival, an event in the midst of the Sunshot campaign, etc. Which is a good-asked question.
I would love to see Lan Wangji just doing shit.
Yeah!
Like, one of my favorite chapters is actually one of the extra chapters where he just, like, goes and experiences the shit that Wei Wuxian mentioned offhandedly because he wanted to experience it.
Yeah!
Do you remember that one?
Yeah!
Where he, like, walks all the way out to, like a lotus pond.
Yeah!
Oh, God, he's just so sweet. I would love to see more Lan Wangji content. I understand why we didn't get a whole lot of individual Lan Wangji content because the perspective of the book is very much limited to Wei Wuxian.
Mm-hmm.
Except for when it's very, very jarringly and intentionally not.
I want to see them as being nice to each other.
Yes.
I would like to see one instance.
I would like to see some Ye content.
Yeah, I want to see them being good sibs. I want to see that.
I want to see more of Zhang Cheng and Wei Wuxian as sibs.
I want to see Zhang Cheng and Jin Guangyao co-parenting little baby Aliang.
Oh my god!
I want to see that.
Absolutely. I want to see, I would like to see Zhang Cheng and Jin Guangyao interact more.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of that.
Because that's such a, like, unique, weird dynamic.
Yeah.
Not weird,
Double
but, like, interesting. Yeah,
parenting.
Exactly. I want to see that.
It's really, really cool. I would love to see more of that.
Yeah.
I would love to just see more scenes with female characters.
Yeah.
Maybe more about Madame Yu.
Yeah. I want to see maybe a bit about Madame Yu and Madame Jean.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
Because they're freaking besties.
Freaking besties.
That's most of what I think I would have wanted to see more of.
Yeah.
I like it.
Maybe
a little more of Wei Wuxian's eventual unraveling.
Yeah.
It would have been fun.
Weigh in. Damon Wayans. Yeah, those are our questions.
Oh, that's the questions.
It's questions.
All right.
And now, why don't we clean up house?
Let's keep some house.
Let's do it. So, we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/podrecesses is where it is located. For $1 a month, just $1 single dollar.
Just a dollar.
One little baby dollar. You get the Disciple role in our Discord, and you get access to all of our bonus content, including She's a Good iPad, where we read Scum Villain. You get hashtag Bless Up, where the two of us plus friend of the show, Colin at Pagetish, watch and discuss the Heaven Official's Blessing Dongma. Plus, you get our Untamed commentary tracks, which is the exclusive of all exclusives, because, like I said, that's how we're going to be covering the Untamed.
Yep.
So we don't retread the same shit for a third time. Just $1 gets you all of that. And if you want to give us more treats,
$5 worth of treats.
$5 worth of treats. I don't know why I'm cupping my hand like I'm making a megaphone.
$5 worth of treats.
You can
Macklemore screaming.
Distant Macklemore voice. You.
Fuck.
Nobody is going to understand what I'm referencing unless you were on Tumblr in, like, 2011 on a specific date. God. But, for $5 a month, you will get the Sect Leader role in our Discord, you'll get bonus content access, you'll get a thank you shout out on the episodes, and you'll get a Comrade NMJ mini print of your choice. Gotta finish writing our little notes and then send them out.
Yeah.
Good and fun.
Forgot to send the notes along with the mini prints, but we got them. We're getting them.
It was moving.
Little goof. That's fine.
You know, but do. Last but not least, $10 a month, you become Chief Cultivator of the show. That's your Discord role. You get all the stuff that we just talked about, and you get a full-size Pod Recesses Wall of 3,000 Takes poster in the works. Big ol' image, so you know how to do. So with that, thank you, first of all, to our $5 Sect Leaders, Lenny W., Lena, Audrey F., Elvier, Name Redacted, Sky, Essie, and 690 Genius of Textiles bastard Sect Leader Sarah. Thank you for supporting us.
Funny 69 Textile King. And big, huge, warm shout out to our $10 Chief Cultivators of the show, Scout, Colin, Heir to Athens, Caroline, Jay, Jenna, Rachel W., and Milk.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you to Noisepace.xyz for being our podcast network.
Thank you, Sect Leader Matt.
Thank you very much. A bunch of cool shows on Noisepace.xyz.
Noise Space?
You got a little bit of something for everybody. Check something out.
You can check out Slappers Only, which is about video game music. You can give a listen to Kyle XY, a Kyle XY podcast. You could perhaps listen to some Wow Cool Robot, which is about Gungam series. You could listen to the Sonic Shuffle, which is about Sonic the Hedgehog lore. There's something for fucking everybody. It's love it.
Incredible.
Hey, give a listen to 0 to 0 because they're watching the Snyder Cut in 4 chunks, and I just want to throw them that because that's some work to take that on. But once again, I'm Roy. I'm on Twitter at _Benui_, that's BNUUY. I'm also at Yeeling Hypebeast, which is where I blog about Modao, specifically. Yes. You can also check out, also on Noisepace, my creepypasta podcast, Nana Roy's Nightmare in Era, where I protect you from the Blue Moon Nursery. You can also check out all of my general shit that I do at royhub.card.co.
Wonderful. And I'm Fallon. You can find me on the internet at America's Burden.
America's Burden.
Burden. It's spelled Burden, but I am America's Burden in heart.
You're America's Bear.
And in spirit, I should say. That's pretty much it for me, though.
Yeah, America's Bear.
America's Bear.
Or Shining Bear.
Or Shining Bear. It just delights me.
That's so good. You can find Pod Recesses, the us of the podcast of the Pod Recesses, at cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com. You can also find us on twitter.com/cloudrecesspod, just one recess. We're on the podcast apps. We are on the podcast websites. Like, rate, comment, subscribe. Please leave us some ratings and reviews. We like to hear it. It helps us with the search engine optimization thingy.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's good. And hey, if you're 18 and up, you can also join our Discord where we talk about shit and I Photoshop Zhang Cheng into, I had to do it to him.
100%. We love to fucking see it.
The link is in the description. Stupid ass.
It's great.
What a hell zone. It's good. You know what we say at the end of every episode, Ray? Because that's where we're at in this one.
We say a semper bani.
Semper Blue.
Semper Bluey.
You're all my nephews now.
Devil has been solved.
Semper Bernui, folks.
Bye.